What's up, Canfield Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Coach's Corner, playoff style for the Canfield Cardinals, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. Steve Coca, proud sponsor of the Canfield football team. They will host Kenston Friday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have it for you on YSNLive.com/Canfield. If you don't have a ticket, hop on YSN, head over to Coca's, watch the ball game. I know he will be there and be tuned into the Canfield Cardinals. But once again, pleased to be joined by Coach Pavlansky. Coach, thanks for joining us again.
Appreciate to be with you, Steve. It's great to have you guys again, and we're looking forward to at least 1 week of the playoffs here.
That's how we take it, 1 week at a time. But you know what? I missed you. We talked off air a little bit. I guess that's a good way to start. Little different week, little different feel. A lot of coaches I talked to, it was good to get some rest. It was good to heal up. But You said it best off air. It was different. Talk about it.
It's just different. You didn't have a game to prepare for. You had two opponents you were watching tape on, and you weren't sure who you were going to play until Friday night at about 10 o'clock. And I thought our kids handled the bye week really well. We practiced Monday through Thursday, a limited practice of 90 minutes. Rested some guys, as you said, and really looked at our number twos. You don't get a lot of reps. And, I thought they played very well in practice, got better. I thought competition in practice was really good. And, we gave them Friday off and then came back in on Saturday morning. We picked up from a college. They always have a +1 in a bye week, and that is you practice one time against your next week's opponent. So Friday night we knew it was Kenston. Brought our guys in Saturday morning for a 2-hour workout and got a jump on the Bombers.
Well, we'll get into that. The Kenston Bombers of Canfield, we'll get into that with Coach Pavlansky, Coach's Corner, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. Coach, again, I've had the opportunity to talk with an awful lot of your players that do so many things well. Just got done with Landon Russell. He's a senior left guard, nose man. What a quality young man. Talk about him a little bit and what he means to this football team.
Landon is a program player for us. So what I mean by that is, his first 2 years, he just continually got better, but there really wasn't a spot for him. Very much his sophomore year or his junior year. He got some reps his junior year, but not many. And then dedicated himself to the weight room and had a great winter time until we got quarantined, and then he continued to lift on his own and came into June ready to go and has found himself to be a two-way starter for us. And just excited for him and his growth and his development. And, he's a typical member of our senior class. They're going to do everything they can to get every ounce of ability out of themselves for the betterment of the team. And Landon certainly fits that bill.
Well, that's good to hear. It was a pleasure to do. And for Canfield Nation, that will be up tomorrow as long as Coach Pavlansky's will be up also. And we're proud to do these every week on YSN. We'll have the game against Kenston. Coach, you've done this a long time. My first question, Canfield makes the playoffs quite often. You've done this so long, but it still has to be exciting. I could tell before you got on air, it's the playoffs. I don't want to say it's different because that takes away from the regular season, but this is what you coach for and these kids play for.
I think you're right, Stephen. We've been fortunate. We've had some great players come through Canfield, and being fortunate to be in the playoffs a number of years. This is our, I believe, third time in the last 4 years and fourth time in the past 6 years that we'll be in the playoffs. And, it's a different feel. Because in the regular season, you always have next week to play for. You don't anymore. You better show up and play your best ball of the year on Friday night, because if not, you won't be playing next Friday night. So I think our guys are aware of that, and I think they're excited to come play Friday evening.
There's no doubt in my mind Canfield will be ready to play with Coach Pav, Coach's Corner, sponsored by Coca's Pizza, the official sponsor of Canfield football. That kind of takes me into my next thing, Coach. I get a chance to talk to a lot of coaches. You're one of my favorites to talk to. I finally see now, these last few weeks, kids doing what they like to do, having fun playing football, back in school. Obviously, we're still – have to be very careful. We've talked about this. It's a day-to-day situation that things could halt. But from your standpoint and being with your kids for the last week and a half, do you sense that excitement of some normalcy for these kids?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime they can go to practice after school and be around their teammates and practice and play the game they love, they're excited to do that on a daily basis because they don't know if tomorrow that's going to be the case. We talk daily to our kids about decision making and living in a bubble now for the next 6 weeks, hopefully. And last weekend, there's 11 playoff games that were canceled because teams got COVID.
Yeah.
There's 2 already this week.
Yeah.
And then today, everybody found out that LSU, Florida's off because there's a major outbreak of the Florida football team. So if we're not going to be able to play another playoff game, we want a team that beats us on the field that's better than us. We don't want to do it to ourselves by doing something that brings that virus into our locker room.
Yeah, that's such a great answer, and I can't agree with you more. Coach Saban was just diagnosed with a positive. It's let's be honest, it's a scary situation. Again, I got to be up front. I know you are up front. It's a scary situation. I respect the fact that's what we try to respect at YSN. Also, you got to do what only you and your football team can do, and those kids. Right. And your kids do it well. Your staff does it well, but I'm going to give a shout out to the Canfield football parents too. They have a tough
absolutely
of bubbling young kids that, let's be honest, want to get out and do their thing. And I know that those parents want and support everything that you and your staff does, and that has to be a key also.
Absolutely. Our parents are a big part of our program. This year, more than any other year, we've stayed in touch through emails and text messages, group messages because of the virus. We're not immune. There's no doubt about that. If somebody on our team gets it, hopefully they get healthy again. But we want to make sure that we're doing everything we possibly can. And I think we get great support from our parents that, hey, that's not a place you want to go. Be around your what we call our bubble, your family and your football family for the next 6 weeks. And let's see what happens.
That's not a bad thing to do, though.
Not at all.
Not a bad thing. We're with Coach Pav, Coach's Corner, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. Kenston Bombers coming to town. Before we get into that, Coach, I look at your schedule. Boardman advances, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin advances, Cheney advances. We've talked about this. You knew Philadelphia advances. Cheney will play them. Your schedule has prepared you for this Kenston football game. Fair statement?
Fair statement, Steve. I think so. There's no doubt about that. I think our schedule gives us a blend of teams that we're going to play, from power teams to spread fast teams, and different tempos, different defenses and coverages that our kids see throughout the year. I would like to think that our schedule has prepared us for Friday evening, but Friday evening, Kenston's its own team, and they're very well coached, and they're a dangerous bunch.
Well, let's dive into Kenston right out of the gate. I know I've followed some Canfield football. This is a rivalry that has some quality games come playoff time between the two schools. Give the Canfield fans and Canfield Nation a little preview on this Kenston football team.
It's a team that's gotten better each week. Unfortunately, they've only played 5 games right now. They were 2-2 after the regular season. They missed 2 games because of the virus. I believe their opponents canceled on them. They didn't cancel the game. They got the better of us in 2018 over at Mollenkoff Stadium in the regional finals, 33-7. And to be quite honest, Steve, the game wasn't that close. They did whatever they wanted to do offensively, defensively to us that night up there. And, we've got to be a better prepared team. That relies on our coaches, and to make sure that we are better prepared for Friday evening. Again, young football team, only 8 seniors, starting a couple freshmen, but boy, are they good. You can just see and project their maturity, what they're going to end up being. Physical bunch, great quarterback, a sophomore that can throw it and run it like Brock Lowry does for us. Tremendous wideout number 11, Pete Germano. He had maybe 7 catches last week for over 200 yards against Marlington. And they've got a big-time H-back tight end type kid in Ryan Miller. He's 6'6", 235 pounds, committed to Louisville already as a junior. He played against us as a freshman 2 years ago. So we've got our hands full. There's no doubt about that. It's a well-coached football team. Tremendous speed. They can go at any different pace they want to because they're a no-huddle team. And again, our kids have prepared. I believe they're going to be ready to play a game, be excited. And, we'll go give our best effort and see what happens.
There you go, Canfield Nation, a good preview on the Kenston Bombers. Being limited with their games, was that hard to catch a grasp on them and not playing the full schedule like you have? Was it tough to get zoned in on them?
Not really, Steve. And the fact that again, we pulled out the tape from 2 years ago. We watched it as a staff just very quickly, realized that they just physically got after us, and that was a major problem that we honed in on the kids this week, that this will be a physical bunch coming into town. But having 4 tapes on them, it shows their growth from the beginning of the year till now. You get the other 2 tapes, you're probably just going to see the same schemes and same stuff, but 4 tapes is enough. And, we'll hopefully got a sound game plan, and, we'll find out Friday evening, and they're going to do something that we haven't seen because they've always done that to us. We played them in 15 and 16 in the regular season. We're able to get the better of them in both those games. In each game, we saw something different we hadn't seen on tape. So it's going to be incumbent upon our coaches very early Friday evening to find out what those changes are.
Yeah. And that this Canfield staff, Canfield Nation, you got a great coaching staff with a great head coach, but the staff spends a lot of times, and we'll be prepared for that. Coach's Corner with Coach Pav, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. Kenston comes to town Friday night. We'll have it for you on ysnlive.com, 7 o'clock. Coca's Pizza. If you need a little chow and a few drinks, head on over and watch the Cardinals over at Coca's Pizza. He's a great sponsor for Coach Pav and his football team. All right, here we go, Coach. First playoff round. Canfield's keys to a big win Friday night.
Win first down. We always talk about winning on third down. But when you're playing an up-tempo spread team, you got to win on first down. And if you put them in second and long situations where they have to throw the football, you feel pretty good about your chances by taking away the run game. We, on the other hand, have to win first down offensively. We got to get into second and medium, second and short, where we can throw the football and run it and hopefully keep them off guard. I think that's huge. Defensively, we got to shut the run game down. They can't run the football for over 100 yards against us. In the playoff game a couple of years ago, I think they threw for 250 and ran for 150. We couldn't get a stop on anything, and that's going to be huge for us Friday evening to stop their run game. And obviously, it's going to come down to special teams. Our special teams, we believe, have done a great job all year long. They're going to have to show up and make their names known on Friday evening by winning that hidden yardage battle for us.
Well, there you have it, Canfield fans. We'll have it for you. Kenston, classic matchup at Canfield Stadium. I know how excited you are to play at home. We've talked about this. You got a great opportunity in front of you. I know it's 1 week at a time, and this is the week to get after it. I wish you, Coach Hurdley, and the defensive staff, all these seniors that are so talented, and let's be honest, that's where you're going to lead on. Seniors make plays in big situations. You have a great group. So go have fun Friday night. Hopefully we talk on the scoreboard show after a big win. We appreciate being a part of Canfield football, and I truly, Coach, appreciate these weekly chats. So best of luck. Let's go get another W and move up another round in the playoffs and talk again next week.
Appreciate that, Steve. It's been fun having you guys be a sponsor, and really Coca being a sponsor. Steve's an awesome guy. And you guys jumping on board with us this year, and enjoyed our Wednesday conversations. Hopefully we can meet up again next Wednesday.
Absolutely. Next Wednesday. I'm putting it in my phone right now, Coach.
All right.
30 next Wednesday. Wish you the best. Have fun, and we'll talk next week.
Thanks, Steve.